Hello, greetings. Thank you for joining us for tonight's channeling. All right, we're just going to jump right in. So, blessings. I might do a little bit of message, uh, maybe a little bit. I'll just jump into questions with the whatever being it comes through, these being number two from what I'm feeling. So, all right, so blessings, and here we go. Greetings. I am Kanesh from Saturn. Listen, you're our love. I are watching as your planet as it in its ascension. Many are connected to beings that you are not quite used to. There are beings that are unusual, but will become symbols as you are awakening, meaning like for example, such as a golden ostrich. I know that sounds strange to you right now, but it's also a sign of things to come, just to give you an idea how this works. And you will see other symbols. So you're already seeing this as you go down the rabbit hole, as your Earth will call it. It's also showing you, you might even see a statue of leadership or a symbol of leadership of some kind in your dream, vivid dream, or being what's next to come. As you remove this old version of yourself. Right now, we are part of your climate. Many Saturn beings are assisting with your weather patterns because all planets affect each other. Even if we're not necessarily physically on your planet, we still do affect this world. What happens on our world happens on yours. And you realize also the mind affects different planets, such as yours. Yours is affected by other realities also, which causes it to shift in a different direction. For the most part, you are on the path that you are willing to be a part of, though. In this rearrangement, as you're going through at this time, of direction, many of you will be start speaking out more of your point of view. Blessings. Greetings. One moment, we are still adjusting. I'm a feline from Sirius, a tiger being, but our features aren't exactly what you would have on your planet. My name might be a little bit difficult to pronounce. I am called a Kylan. Of course, it's not pronounced right on your planet. The reason I am here, we are observers of your Earth. We do have our star seeds on your planet. Many of them are actually teachers, but teaching you all the wrong things. I believe you already know if your teacher population is kind of backward at this time. They're doing their best because they are programmed also, but many of them are seeing through that programming by little. One moment. We are here assisting the Greys and other beings to connect to your kind. We kind of know your species a little bit better than others to a degree. Our motherships are around your moon, but we can only get so close to your planet at this time. We do see many scientists seeing things a little bit differently, more spiritually, which is helping your environment. Your politicians are not going to see anything right now. Some of them already are aware, but your scientists are quite interesting because they're the ones that are part of society's change. Of course, they're not seen very often because they do the chemicals that are in your planet, so they are unseen. Many of you will see them more clearly in your astral travels, undoing a lot of their toxins they're putting on your planet. So do you see many scientists and scientific, but mostly scientists who see you connecting more with them as you go into ascension to undo their negativity, especially what's going on in your chemtrails. This is all I have energy for. Blessings and good day. Blessed to you all. I am Metatron. Greetings to you. Sending you light to your chakras, sending light to your higher self, for your higher self to speak to you more clearly. The tunnel from you to their higher self can sometimes get blocked. The energy vapor that comes from you to your higher self can get interfered with. I believe some of you are quite aware of that. At this time, I'd be happy to assist your question section.
Yes. Welcome, Metatron.
Thank you.
Archangel Metatron. The first one to ask a question is Daria.
Hello, Metatron.
Greetings to you.
Greetings. So, I'm asking everybody, do you have anything special for me?
You're asking everybody or asking me?
You. You.
One moment. Well, I believe you are aware of your feline connections. I believe it's quite prominent in your features. Even that feline that you are with at this time in your home is a gatekeeper that one actually helps you meditate, even when you're not meditating. He's keeping out a lot of unwanted guests also that you're not aware of. Interesting enough, there's a lot of frog beings around you that try to peek in, from what I see. But your feline friend has kept them out.
Cool.
And this goes for others, that you have animal friends. They do create shields around you, even when you're not asking, because tell mostly you're already connected to them already.
That's really nice. Yeah. So, thank you for that. Do you have like something else that could be beneficial, a message, or something funny? Like, what do you see? I can know.
Well, I'm not sure if this is funny, but you do go to Yeshua at times and show him that images of him on the cross. Sometimes he's not thinking right, but you show that to him to get himself in line. Because he has realities once he can avoid that, and he doesn't always remember he can assist others without being crucified. He forgets that because he seems to almost get addicted to it from what from what we experience.
That is strange to get addicted from crucifixion.
Yes, I'm
Well,
not sure if you're whispering. I can only hear so much.
no, I didn't say anything. It's okay.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, fine.
But in Astral, you seem to be helping Yeshua and many on his travels. When you can't get to somebody, when they're not listening, you can go in and go tap them on the shoulder. A little bit brutal in some cases, but you got to get their attention somehow so he can get his message through. Because many block his message. This is most in other realities, is not necessarily in this one. Many are actually quite open to him here.
Yeah, I bet. Well, thank you, Metatron, and
Yes.
see you later. Bye.
Okay, the next one is Mary.
Hi, welcome, Archangel Metatron.
Yes.
I am so excited to talk to you, and
Yes.
I would love to get any messages from anyone at this
But
time.
as you're aware, your abilities are increasing. I believe you're aware of this.
Mm-hmm.
We see them. You connect to my energies.
Yes.
You will see other angels that are not in your Bible, and you'll be able to bring them closer to you, help others identify them. Some are, yes, of another species, some are feline, some are reptilian, but they're angels that people are not really ready to, or know even exist. Many are already aware, but I believe more of this will become more clear to you, and you can see their different talents also. At least on the spiritual direction, that is what I see for you. But I do see your abilities, wherever you want to take your talents, will increase. So it's up to you. The floor is open, as they say.
Okay. Great, thank you. And my second question is, um, my family is going through some changes, and I'm wondering if you've got any advice on how to handle the changes that are coming about.
Well, just be patient with them. They do seem to be not listening to a whole lot right now, from what I see. So all you can do is send your blessing, basically. Many are rejecting words, but they're not rejecting positive energies, though. So all you can do is send good vibrations, positive thoughts to them, because if it's verbal, then most likely it's like, I'm not going to listen to that. I have my own mind made up.
Right. Uh-huh.
That seems to be very strong with them. But you can just, if you have can you cool things down so you can at least listen a little bit, you can do this mentally to them and send it with love. Because many right now they're not thinking clearly either, from what I see. So that's caused because a lot of anger is there for some, at least frustration at least. And the mind is just tired and it's just not thinking right, from what I'm saying.
Okay.
So before you connect with them, just ask for assistance and also that everybody will get along a lot better and listen. You can put that intention out, that prayer out.
Okay.
And that will help a lot. And this can go for those that are going to work, because like usually it's a toxic environment. You can also ask for assistance there. Sometimes it's a little bit, people can block those things, of course.
Okay.
But you can also shield yourself also when they're doing that type of negativity.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
We should know how to diffuse it. Let's put it that way. If you feel a lot of negativity from somebody, you can clear it away like smoke. You can just clear it.
Okay.
That's a message. Awesome.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay, next one is Logan.
Hello. Greetings.
Yes, greetings.
Okay, my first question today is, I had a dream a couple nights ago when I was sick, when I was talking to one of my cousins, and a gray triangle ship flew over me and shined a green light at me for about 1 to 2 minutes and then left. Can you tell me what that was about?
It seems like that was a yellow ship, and it was sending you information. A lot of this was encrypted, so for other beings not to connect with. I do see you connecting to. Crop circles. That's the word I was connecting to. Messages. Basically, what's going on is you're receiving a message, and then you are giving your input, and that's going to other beings, and you're putting together your thought patterns, and that is what builds a crop circle eventually. A message. It's like we receive the message from reptilians or whatever it is, so we have to get back to them. And they already put their little message over here on their planet. So now this is Yael, but there's also other beings involved. But I believe the Yael there's several beings involved, but they're the ones that gave you that. That's what I see.
Good to know. Okay. My second question is, I had a dream, or kind of like a little daydream. Me and 100 other kids apparently were captured by say, a parallel Earth on a government, some type of fortified facility, and we were being tested for 5 years. And we decided to break out one day because we finally knew all the ways throughout the facility, air vents, airlock, everything. So yes, we finally did make it out, and I want to ask what exactly was happening there, and do I know any of the kids that were being tested for the straight 5 years that we were there here on this Earth?
As for knowing, yes, I believe there's 3 of them, but you might not know them that well. You know of them. I don't believe they're that close to you. But this Pearl Earth is, you can, from what, when you were speaking of, I felt it was very similar to what you would see in your Matrix movie, very controlling, but very hiding a lot of it. So you're part of a secret society, basically. But that's affecting this elite system also. So basically, you're freeing yourself from that control system. So I believe you will start to see more on this one. So, but that one, I believe, that other aspect of you is on the run from what I see. I believe it's safe, but I believe your other version of yourself is. They needed, and the reason they connected to you, they needed you to know this because you made a deal, apparently, from what I'm seeing. It's like, okay, just tell me what's going on, because you're assisting your other version of yourself at this time. But you're also receiving data. So if you get information of this world, it'll be a lot of it coming from them, because a lot of it's here too.
So apparently a lot was going on.
Yes. Oh, yes. Yes. You'll get little bits here and there from what I'm seeing. Your intuition.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Namaste.
Next one is David Allen.
Hello, Metatron. And do I have any messages from anyone?
Well, from the angelic realms, you are very protected. Sometimes you might not seem, well, it does seem like you open up your protections like, okay, I'm guarded, but I need to know some things. So it's like you open up your door to receive whatever that comes through every once in a while. I do see crab beings. I believe this has been mentioned to you in the past. And there has been some abductions recently I believe you're kind of aware of that. I mean, it wasn't like force or anything, but you have been visiting ships that maybe not always wanted to be a part of. I see Reptilian, I see Palladian that you've been visiting. You're on some kind, they're not going into details, on a mission that is kind of hush-hush at this time, at least for public viewing, but you're on it has to do with the government system here, but also the new government that's coming in, of course. They don't normally show themselves as the new government, but the new one that's being replacing your current one is your part of the middleman, you can say, and all of that. Basically, it's of peace, love, and yours is manipulation and blinding everybody. So, you might feel some backlash from your current one. You might feel MIB energies around you also. I think you already feel that sometimes. That's only just to discourage you from your connections. As the message of this time.
Okay, and have I had any interest in past lives?
Yes, you've known Genghis Khan. And there's also, you knew him in battle. You're like his second in command. Well, he had a lot of second in commands. It didn't last very long, but you did know Genghis Khan. Also, if you know your history during during the Roman time period, are you aware of Hannibal? I believe his name was. Yes. With the elephants in ancient Rome. If you do an internet look for this, you'll be able to find it. You're involved with much of that. You had many interesting lifetimes, but those are the ones that are coming up at this time. Yes, you do have a connection to Harry Houdini also. I know that might feel a little bit like, what are you talking about? But as for the details on that, I am not giving it. You're not giving me anything. But you do have a close connection to Harry Houdini. You've known him in many incarnations, and you assisted him in his recent incarnation. I also do see you helping him cross over. Also, this is something you can connect to. But he's definitely like a brother to you, another, because he can trust you, where you cannot trust others. And you know he's kind of like a shady individual to some degree. So he's done many lifetimes like this before. Kind of like in the middle, kind of like not super positive, not super negative, kind of in the middle, but kind of on the edge, basically. That is our message.
Okay, thank you. Blessings.
Yes, next one is Humberto.
Hey there.
Yes.
Okay, my first question is, was the USA or America involved or aware when Hitler secretly escaped to Argentina when he was supposed to have killed himself?
Yes, of course. I believe the Americans are actually involved with his safety. Well, through communication, at least. He went to many places. It wasn't just Argentina, but yes.
Okay. There was this episode, I believe, in the Discovery Channel a long time ago, and it was about like an illusionist or somebody like that that had heard about a Tibetan monk, and I believe Nepal or something like that, and basically around the end of this 1 hour show, there was like he comes across this monk who's rumored to levitate, and in the end of the show, he basically what appears, he levitated off the ground, and there was like not anything that you could tell that had lifted him or anything. I was just wondering if it was like a real thing.
Yes, it was a real thing, but not something he can do often. He had trouble keeping that spiritual mindset going, but yes, he was. Yes, you can say in those times it was easier to connect to your spirituality. It's been getting harder for many in this day and age. Not entirely, but it has been. Even there, it was less civilized, so it was easier to connect to what was around you. In this day and age, it's getting a little bit more cluttered, but still people are connecting, of course. So yes.
Okay. Thank you.
Blessings.
Yes, and now is Peter Camp's questions. His first question is there any messages from my higher self?
Yes, your higher self is saying to take things slowly. Recently, you've been doing many things at once, and it's kind of wearing you down. You're not, well, at least that's what your higher self, and even your guides are saying. A lot of it, you're not focusing as you used to, but you are doing well as for connecting, but you're also wearing yourself out to some degree, it seems. Blessings.
His second question is there any messages from other beings around me?
Yes, there's many reptilians around him that are warning from him, warning how to be obedient, learning how to be good campers here on your planets. Some are very aggressive, but what Peter is doing is that you can't lash out at humans if you have a difficulty with them, like snap at them. A lot of them have been doing that. Even if you don't see it, they are doing it. You might feel some negativity. It's just they get excited. It's not just reptilians, there are other beings, but some reptilians are trying to civilize themselves so they can connect to humans as they become more aware of them. So more will come through, but they're going through a process of calming down. There's also a lot of Syrians around him at this moment, around Peter at this moment. He's going to a lot of Syrian worlds at this time that his brother is connected to. Assisting his brother and clearing a lot of karma. And by doing this, is connecting to the worlds that he's connected to. And the Syrian worlds, they have actually many like castle structures on them. Some of them are kind of medieval looking, similar to your world. Similar, but not exactly. They do have reptilians on those worlds and humans and different feline beings like you would see in a cartoon. Oh, that's downloaded, of course. Blessings.
Michelle.
Much love, Metatron.
Yes, greetings.
So, as per our conversation earlier in the week, I went back to the cult for the retreat. And I was escaping one terror nightmare energy for a different jangly energy, and now I'm back at my residence and I feel really weird. So I was around this guy that they worship. His name is, hold on, what is his name? His name is Rajandir Singh Ji Maharaj. Anyway, so they talk about love a lot, but they don't show love a lot, is how it felt.
Mm-hmm.
And I would encourage people to see that all are God and not one person is God for worshiping. But it was a really strange experience for me. And in the end, somebody who like I was noticing a lot of my own characteristics in people, like the need to control and manage other people, etc. Various parts, just reflections of my lifetime here. And in the end, I was asked to leave, which was really interesting because the person who asked me to leave was just very much like, he was not a person who could smile. And he was very interested in making sure everybody knew all the rules and you sign this document, etc. I said, whatever. Anyway, I just want to know if I got some weird energy attached to me that needs clearing, and or what you see about that situation, and maybe it can inform others.
Well, yes, any time of retreat, you have to go to sign a form. That tells you that you're probably going into a retreat you probably don't want to stay very long or visit for maybe an hour. But that just to show that they're doing things they probably should not be doing, and it did not reveal everything that they were doing there, from what I can tell, not to you at least. But there is a lot of satanic energies there. Reptilian, but a lot of it's satanic energies.
Ooh.
Many of them will not be in public about it from what I'm seeing. But they were connected to it. That's probably what you're feeling. They were probing your energy, sucking like a vampire, sucking your energy. So right now what to clear is satanic energies. Reptilian is a ritual energy that is around you at this time. That's why I feel kind of uncomfortable. You shouldn't feel like that living a spiritual retreat. So it is calling itself a spiritual retreat, but it's a different type of spirituality though.
Yeah.
Very controlled, very much ego, dark ego is involved with that. It is there to take over the soul, you can say.
Mm-hmm.
What was going on there?
Yeah. So I need a little help with some clearing,
Yes.
if you don't mind.
Of course, we'll send you energies. There's a lot there. Yes, the vampire energy there is very much trying to get into your mind so you can be a zombie with them and do as they say.
I was not having any of that. So anyway, okay, I'll move to my second question. And I would just like to have a message from whomever for my highest good, especially with regard to, if possible, this caretaking situation.
Caretaking situation, can you go into that exactly?
Well, if you do not know about it, then you can just deliver me a message for regular or whatever.
Well, this ritual that you went to was a test for you. Your soul also wanted to. You were actually sending healing to many of them, but they weren't fully aware of it. That was probably another reason why they asked you to leave. They were probably sensing your presence there was a lot heavier than you might think. Even telling them maybe what they're doing is wrong, or insinuating a little bit more than that.
Yes.
So of course they did not care much for that. They probably felt that as soon as you arrived. That's where your guides are mostly concerned with. Not to say there's any real concern, but just letting you know that you can call them also like spiritual assassins, that they're putting another version of spirituality to replace your point of view with theirs, which can be very. That's where a lot of mind control goes. That's what a lot of your elitists are doing on a daily basis, cloning, keeping hidden their intentions, and that's exactly what you're experiencing. But you'll also know how to see it more clearly and to heal it. That's this caretaker situation. It is for your higher good. This is also another way for you to better yourself, from what I'm saying. There's many reasons behind it. That is the message.
Thank you much, sir.
Yes, next one is Christy.
Greetings, Metatron.
Greetings.
So my first question is that I dreamed today that I was in like an underground food court, and I was like approaching my friends, and they were like in a zombie state. They were like fixated on something. I was looking at them, and then they were looking out past me, and they weren't responding to me at all, and their eyes were black. And I heard who they're being like possessed by or who's talking to them, and I wouldn't turn around and look at it. I just moved away from them so I wouldn't be involved with them. And then so they left, and then when I went back to the table, it seems like there was like a man. He looked like a big, like kind of like what Shrek would look like, almost like that kind of a big guy. And I heard cause a distraction, like something messaged him, but I heard it, and it made all my files that were in my book bag just fly like all over the floor. And then I saw a man reach and take my stuff, some of my things that were there that I knew what it was. So what is going on right there?
To your shadow elites, basically, you're bringing much knowledge to them. You have an aspect with them at this time. I believe more as an extraterrestrial though. I see mostly extraterrestrial that's involved with this is just how you're interpreting right now is that you're not always seen there. You're being it's like what you're seeing is that you're hidden, but you're also kind of worried that somebody will see you. So it's like your fears are coming out to you. Is you're assisting your other self observing right now. Because you're doing a lot in another dimension where your elites cannot see. So you're also bringing information. I believe it's a Palladian aspect. I believe it's a Nordic aspect of yourself that's keeping a lot of this hush hush right now. At least to be known that you're there. They know this happens a lot, but they can't detect it. So you are assisting your other self, bringing in the emotions and just helping clear a lot of that out. So there's been a lot of intense moments, though.
It would explain some of the things of as if I was like invisible or like observing, because I didn't feel any emotion though.
Exactly.
Like I don't feel like like I'm affected by their stuff. Like
Exactly.
I wasn't affected. I could just hear their thoughts though,
Mm-hmm.
but I wasn't affected by the zombie programming that was happening. Like I don't know. I knew already that wasn't for me.
Oh yes, it was. It does seem like you're assisting, bringing that to another level. Where this type of brainwashing, it does seem like another form of brainwashing is being. Why you're seeing this person the way they are, it's a test model, and you were there to see it. They have several different kinds, of course. So.
I see. Okay, so that's probably happening, so I'm aware of it in this reality, so I can help people be more aware of it in this reality.
Exactly.
So, okay, I understand.
Yes, that person that you're seeing is brought into your real world as a normal human, but has a lot of poisonous thinking, such as what's in your news cycles. They have to adjust with everyone else's energy as it adjusts. As many become aware of what's going on, the negativity has to adjust to keep many bogged down and under control. To go into another detail of that.
Okay, thank you for that. And
Yes.
My second question is, I've been recently feeling the 33-degree Freemason energy around. Is that the secrets encoded in my DNA?
Yes, seems like you're actually doing that has nothing to do with your higher self, your astral self aspect that isn't much involved with them at this time. You can say decoding their codes. You're deciphering a lot of their messages. They're putting out a lot of messages out right now, more than they normally do. So you're decoding a lot of it and sending out what you read from it to others. You can say spiritual broadcast.
I was connecting to 33, that number 33 a lot, and it's even my initial CC in numerology.
Well, yes, you are like a beacon, a transcoder, because you know them very well through your Knights Templar, and so when they put out a message to their people, you receive it also, and you send out to those of the positive to see what's going on. It's not like it's a spy situation because they already. It's just when you're this connected to them, it's easier for you to receive information. It's not like they're sending it to you; you just receive it, and there's nothing they can do about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's quite high tech.
Thank you so much.
Nothing.
Daniel, it is your turn.
Hello, Metatron.
Greetings.
Greetings. I'd like to know for my first question, sometimes I feel the need to connect with your energies more, and I want to understand how to better consciously connect to your energies and incorporate that and experience your energy more for whatever I might need to.
The reason why I'm so easily connected, because I've been in situations like yours, your human lifetimes, because I've had human lifetimes also. I've been similar to yours, maybe not in this lifetime, but past lives. So we have been very connected. But as for how to connect more with my vibrations, it's basically like with, how do I word this on your planet? Just visualize me as an armor, basically, because of the Spanish wars on your planet, in your past. It is just like a warrior energy seems to be easier for you to connect with. Just like how some people see Michael with a sword. With me, I'm just a golden armor, basically, or you can say copper armor. It's another, or visualize a being like that with my vibration. And usually it can come through even unseen by other beings to help you heal. Meaning they're not always going to see me coming to unlock a lot of negativity that's around you.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. That would really help a lot, especially if they couldn't see you coming. That'd be great. All right, thank you. Because I already feel their intentions as I say this, but yeah.
Yes, they can block assistance, of course. Yes.
Yeah, they've been doing that plenty. But I'd like to know for my second question if Lilith, as a guide, has any messages for me that I haven't been able to pick up on.
But she says, yes, you've been actually going through a lot of clearings, your World War II lifetimes. I don't believe you're fully aware, but you had a lot of ET experience there that you're clearing. And also times in the Civil War, you've been connected to that also. That was mostly an alien connection. As for human vibration, I am not seeing that. But as for your alien connections, you're very much involved with the timeline change here on this planet. During your America, as it was being formed also, you're one of the beings that was involved with that as an alien energy. Most likely you had different aspects here as human also, but to focus on your alien aspect. She's helping you assist with that. But also in your yes, she does say it's you feel that you're fenced in right now. So, but you're coming to a lot of it's coming to a close, but it's still going to take some time. As has been said in the past, every time you think you're coming out of it, you end up, it seems to be another hurdle. So,
yeah, it's like I leave one perimeter and I enter into a larger perimeter and then enter into a larger and then a larger. It's like it's almost like it never stops.
Yes, there's no one level after the other. Some are easier, some are harder. But this all has a purpose, though. It just well, it all has a purpose. But
yeah, at times I see it, other times I'm just anyway. Yeah, but anyway, thank you for that.
Blessings. Yes.
Blessings to you.
Blessings to you.
Next one is Kim, and she asks if. I'm sorry, I gotta find her mess. Yes, here it is. Is there any messages for her at this time?
One moment.
Or is there anything she should know?
One moment. Is this a Kim that is in your room or another one? There's just two of them, correct?
It's another one. She's not in the room.
Yes, that helps. One moment. Yes, there's a lot of unicorn energy around you at this time to help you with your Agarthian origins. And even as an Agarthian, you've had many difficulties. And many of these beings you know here are bringing difficulties here in your incarnation. I believe you know them very closely. As you decipher who is who as for your Garthian fairy lifetime. This is kind of cryptic to some degree, but mostly the people that you're very close to right now are a Garthian, and they have a connection. You're clearing out old timelines with them, meaning old karma. So you're wondering why you're around this person all the time is because you're still clearing out karma, because this one actually helped you in other incarnations, so you're giving back. So there's a lot there. That's a male energy with your growth. Blessings.
Okay, next one is Emmy.
Hello, Metatron. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you.
Could you please tell me what the beings and shapes are around me and what they want to tell me?
There's Palladian, Arcturian. It does seem like there's an elephant being around you also. The elephant being is the one that might be the most intense. It's something you're not used to. It also says he's going to bring male energies to you that will bring positivity to you. Right now, it's unknown at this time of what this will be, but you will decipher it when the time is right.
Okay. Are there any messages from anybody for me?
Message from Yeshua. You're well protected, but also you might see other versions of yourself, like other timelines. This is also to give you you're going to a Earth vortex where you can see other versions of Earth that will actually bring assistance to you, because it has a lot to do with your incarnation here in the future, as you will see other versions of Earth and bring messages from those versions of Earth to this one. But at this time, you are still learning all this, of course, little by little. You'll have messages slowly come through. You might have visions. The reason they're bringing this in is so you can decipher why you're seeing certain things, such as you're seeing your Donald Trump here and there. That has a purpose because you're assisting his future timeline here, like keeping him thinking straight, but also to keep him alive also later in his future.
Okay, that sounds good. Can you send me some infusions, please, Metatron?
Yes, of course.
Thank you so much.
Blessings.
Blessings to you.
Whoever is next. Is anybody there?
Kingsley is next.
Okay.
Kingsley?
Yeah.
Greetings.
Do I have a yeah, greetings, yeah. Um, do I have any messages?
One moment. Yes, there seems to be a great amount of canine beings around you at this time. They are assisting your transformation. Also, the Palladians are also, I believe, in your dream state. You might not fully remember. They are testing you. They're showing walls where you're walking through them. They're helping you with your abilities. So you're going through, you can say, kind of like a workout in your astral state. I would not call it fully a workout because that's more third density, but you are preparing for your human body to connect to higher energies. That's the message at this time.
Okay. Um, I'm also working on manipulating gravity.
Yes.
Yeah, you want to tell me more about that?
Well, you're doing well. You at this rate, you're doing well, but you still have a lot to learn. The third density energies here are quite intense to keep humans grounded at this time. But you are ungrounding yourself, not to say spiritually ungrounding, because you are grounded spiritually, but meaning you are removing the physics here so you can travel through it a lot easier. We do see you. Well, the message from Spirit is that around your age of 20, you would master much of this. But right now, you're still in the, which isn't actually that long. But right now, you're still. It takes a lot. This understand it. If you were in another density world, a higher density world, you would have had this mastered a long time ago. But in this environment, they make it not easy to
Yeah, yeah.
transform. But I believe you will be successful.
Right. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
It is Legend. Totem.
Hello, this is Legend.
Yes, greetings.
Hi, Metatron. Okay, I got two questions for you. One is recently I felt like I've been under intense monitoring, and then a few days ago I was at a bar, restaurant, nightclub with a friend of mine, and these three creepers came up. They stuck out like a turd in a punch bowl, and I just wanted to know, is that like a common sweep? They're just trying to generally surveillance the public, or is there a direct effort to monitor my movement?
Yes, what I'm seeing there is three beings around you. I see them as Palladian monitoring you. And they are neutral beings. So this is why you feel kind of intense. And it seems to be you're doing a lot in astral, a lot. You're doing many things, and it's kind of disrupting what they are doing. But it's not. You're not causing anything negative. It's just they are seeing what you're up to.
Okay, so those three were from a government agency?
Yes.
An international agency? U.S.
Yes. International.
So they're still monitoring me?
From afar, but yes. Not every detail, but what stands out.
Is there anything to be concerned about? Should I?
I would not be. This happens a lot, but it is getting kind of. I believe they did that to get your attention. Also, they know what they're doing.
What am I supposed to do? Have a drink with them and laugh it up?
No, I would not worry about it. But also, you have your your senses was just like telling them that you didn't like telling them to get lost. Also, you know them in astral. You've connected to them a lot, but here you're not going to. Well, you might remember. There's nothing to worry about, basically. Well, what's going on is you feel like you're being deceived by some of these beings. I believe you have an idea of that, and you're trying to get to the bottom of it. And so that is why those beings are there.
What, because I'm getting close?
I did not hear that. What was this?
Because I'm getting closer and closer?
In some ways, but it seems like every time you're getting closer, they move around. So you're kind of you're mazing around from what it seems.
Okay,
it's like a maze, basically.
Yeah, I know. It's not always that way, but
yes,
these three are kind of creeping on me. It's kind of bugging me. But
yes, and you can say they're from the MIB energies.
Yeah, they weren't super friendly, but they weren't super creepy. But they just had a negative presence about them.
Yes, they know how to work. They know how to work humans, basically. They know how to get their attention. Intimidate.
I just smiled and let her mind, and she
oh yes, you acted just perfectly. That is what they do not like. They want you to just be under their. They want you to be fearful, but either way. Most would be.
That brings me to my next question. So I was at another location a few weeks ago, and maybe a month ago, and I was in this location, and everything shifted. It went into a different parallel reality. And I know it's a reptilian hangout, so I felt like at that moment too, that time had like missing time, like an hour went by, but it was probably more like 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I felt like I was getting downloaded reptilian knowledge of ancient civilizations, but I can't remember it. So were they feeding me information, or were they just toying with me, showing me that I could shift realities if I want?
No, it seems like they're giving you information about their ships and how they interact with this planet, at least the ancient world.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yes, it was correct.
Okay, so are they ready to give me some more information? That they want me to keep engaging with them?
Possibly. They are. You ask for information, and you have an excellent connection with them. You do have lifetimes in those civilizations also. That's another reason. I believe it will when the time is right.
Okay, but will they be able to...
Sorry to interrupt. I think there is only 2 questions limit, so...
Yes, that must be going. Apologies.
Yeah. And next one is me.
Yes.
My name is Omran. I wanted to know what our angelic connection is, Metatron. I know there is a lot, but you could maybe give.
When is it? What is your question exactly?
What our angelic connections are.
Oh, yes.
Are you able to mute, Legend? I can't mute you. Thank you very much.
A lot of our connections come from the Middle Ages of this world. Much of my history has been not recorded, but our connection has been much of the Middle Ages, even during biblical time. That is when we made our connection in the angelic realms. We also both went through a angelic conversion of becoming more angelic beings. You learned a lot from me as I was becoming more angelic-like, from human to angel, more accepting the angel partnership, and you're very much assisting much of my transition. But of course, it goes much more. But during the Middle Ages is where both of us were angels assisting this planet. Of course, other realities, but this one was the most intense, of course.
Yes. Okay, great. And my second question is, sometimes, well, I felt like, or I received the message that my energy remains in the center of this galaxy or this universe, or it does with other universes as well, where it stays at the center. I don't know why. Could you maybe give me a message on this, if this is true?
You're saying that your energy stays at the center?
Center, yeah.
Yes.
Of the galaxies or universes. Is it like an ambassador, some kind of?
Well, and if there's even, think of yourself as like in the middle of the clock where the hands are sticking out. You are in the middle of that clock as the hands are moving around. So there isn't really a name for it. You can call it ambassador. It is whatever you want to call it, basically.
Okay.
But it is turning the tides. It's turning this universe part of balance, but also unbalanced. But you hear everything. You are connected to everything. This is the same as your prime creator, but your involvement is to protect the angelic realms, of course. But us all know what's going on. You can say in some ways it's like a. I know it sounds a little bit demeaning in some ways, but like a spy in some cases. It's like you're. Not everybody knows who you are. So.
Yeah, I
just
know
like
what that means. Yes, I know.
So it's.
It is.
Yes. You're different. You're different for everybody, basically, who interacts with you. So they don't know who you are. They know what they perceive you as, yes, but don't know who you truly are.
Yeah, I know what you mean. They have been talking to me like that.
Yes. So.
Thank you very much. Yes. That was it for my questions. I need to see who is next. We have only 3 people left.
Yes.
And it is Colin. And Colin's questions are, can you offer insight into the process I have been undergoing the last few weeks?
Yes, it seems like you're going through many reptilian tests at this time. Also, angelic energies are assisting you, but reptilian tests. It does seem like you're wanting more energy. You're wanting more knowledge, basically. It's the energy, but wanting more knowledge. And to do this, you have to pass a few tests. And in your life, you're going through it, and also, but it's not as hard as you might think it is. It might seem like it, but I believe it will cool itself down. Eventually, those lessons are much needed for you. Lessons.
And his second question is, I have been struggling to consciously connect to my guides, the elementals and archangels. Can you offer some help?
Yes, there's a blockage around you. That's why. That's not always the case with everybody, but you, it's a blockage. It is a. From what I see, it's a Roman time period. A Roman time period of a great amount of negativity in the past. You can heal this. You can visualize it. I believe as a Roman soldier wasn't exactly the most positive lifetime you've had, and it's causing a blockage. Because what it felt like is that you don't. That blockage is like I'm unworthy of my own guides. I'm unworthy of the spirit world because of that lifetime. So when you heal that and clear it, you should start feeling a difference.
Yes.
Blessings.
And it is Lucy's turn now.
Greetings, Lucy.
Are you there, Lucy?
She's muted.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
I'm sorry. It was very nice to meet you.
Yes.
I would like to know our connections and yes, our connections and I know I've been calling you a lot lately to join practices. So.
Well, yes, there's been with Metatron, and yes, there's been a lot of romantic incarnations, basically.
Oh, that's nice. I didn't know that. Okay.
Not always on this world. Usually, other realities, but
right.
You can connect to it. Most likely, you'll see why I keep coming up. That's the reason why.
Oh well, I also keep asking for you as well because I've been practicing telepathy, trying to get my powers back. So.
But they're already there. You put them on hold, from what I see.
Right, and I'm trying to rewrite that contract, or at least catch back up. But so, okay, I have a question. I read a scientific article about decalcifying your pineal gland by wearing magnets north side down, especially during sunlight, over your third eye, because it makes it alkaline. Is there truth to this, in your opinion?
Well, for some, yes. But the other way of doing it is just trusting your intuition, allowing yourself to believe what is around. Open yourself up. What do you feel? What is your intuition telling you that is around you? That will open up your pineal gland the strongest because you're trusting your senses. The more you trust them, the more that will open up. The more you feel, I'm not sure if I'm connecting to this. I'm not sure if that's right. That's when you're open, but then you're closed. So the more you trust your senses, like most people will call you crazy people for thinking, oh, there's a dragon by me. I feel a giant there too, walking or, speaking to me. And most likely, yes, that is true. So the more you allow this to open up, your pineal gland will start opening up. The more you trust your abilities, basically.
But I'm confused because I thought your third eye couldn't be open unless your pineal gland was open.
No, but you can open that also. You can open. Everybody has their own.
My cards. I can still connect. It's reading cards are always correct. So it's.
That's a great exercise. It's different for everybody also how to open up pineal gland and your third eye. But for you, it's very easy to open up your pineal gland. You just have to trust that you're doing it. Give yourself time to adjust. Also, I believe you'll be able to clear it without having any. It's whatever you feel that will work, basically. Your own methods will come to you. As for what this one's method, that's good for some. It's like training wheels on a bike. But you trust it more, it will. Yes, your guides are showing an eagle, basically, around your pineal gland. So animals, spirit animals also can assist. Just visualize them opening up your pineal gland, basically. If that sounds right to you. That makes sense.
Somehow I don't know how I keep getting shut off from you, and I apologize. Blessing.
Yes, blessings.
Blessings to you.
Ron.
I believe I'm next.
Yes.
Hello, Metatron.
Greetings.
Thank you for answering our questions.
Thank you. You're welcome.
A few weeks back, I was watching a movie called Assassin's Creed, and part of it involves the 14th century in Spain, and that brought like a very very heavy and loaded and charged feelings. Like, is that connected to a past life?
Yes.
Could you tell me what happened?
Yes, it does seem like you had a lifetime, you could say, as a spy during that time period. I believe it was for the Queen. It was during Christopher Columbus connection. I do see Christopher Columbus. There's a lot going on between Spain and England at that time. A lot of your history books are not going to most likely not record. Understand you had a normal life, wife, children, but also had another life that I did not know about, just like what's in your fiction, basically. And you traveled a lot also. It was basically just gathering information, not like this James Bond situation.
Right. So why was it so emotional for me, remembering that?
Lives were lost. Friends of yours were lost. I believe you survived, but many around you did not. These are close friends to you. There was a lot of espionage that went on. I believe your family survived, but even there, you're kind of wondering what was going to happen to them because they were threatened many times. They did not know they were threatened. So you in England is still, if you go into that, you most likely will feel some bitterness there, at least from what I've, at least from that lifetime I've seen. It wasn't just there; it was Italy also.
I see. Yeah, that makes sense. Thank you for that.
Yes.
And my second question is, I've been hearing a lot about what people call the Superman crystal. Like I heard that a couple of times today. It's like a Hall of Records, a crystal that holds Hall of Records, but it's a huge, maybe like a crystal cave.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have any messages regarding that, and what is my connection to it?
Well, yes, you can call it the chamber of angelic energies. Also, your Atlantean knowledge is within it, and a place where it is Antarctica, but there are other places. But yes, your Antarctica is some of are kind of deceived thinking Atlantis is there. There is energies of Atlantis there, yes, and Lemuria, but it is not what they think. And you are much involved. Yes, as our Arturian being, you're actually there seems to be in a aspect of yourself watching that place right now. From what I'm seeing. So you hearing about this had a purpose, of course.
Yeah, and it was too much of a coincidence that I heard it three or four times.
Well, yes, it's just basically meaning knowledge is going to be releasing from there, not necessarily the location, but the knowledge of it. It's in a fourth dimensional portal right now, so it's fine.
Is this Arcturian aspect in physical form or more?
It can be.
Oh, okay.
And the crystal room can also be. There's several of these.
So it can be brought back into third density. How is that done?
Well, first off, the energies of your Earth, your humans have to find more positivity. For the most part, 80% at least, rather 90%. But those that are pure-hearted, very kind-hearted, can see it and connect with it. Can even go into its dimension, can even bring it to third dimension. Most likely, you would just go into it in fourth dimension. But it's just like entering your Agartha. You have to have a kind soul, basically.
I see. Thank you very much, Metatron. I appreciate it. Blessings to you.
Thank you for coming, Metatron. That was it for tonight. There was many people,
Yes.
I think.
Thank you. Blessings to you all.
Blessings to you. And thank you.
All right, thank you. Anybody have a?
Yeah, I can do one. I can do a quick one.
Yeah, but thank you for you.
No, thank you. Much appreciated.
Uravai Shakim, Yirimavu Naan, Durana Kukuma Shanai Kiliakima Uma, Remana Kukuma Nashanai Tiniata U, Ruachaan, Semerfa, Jerom Kukuacha, Shitin, Elanihim, Melanahuhum Aina, Elakukuma Nashaina Etanol, Lohum Naain, Nerahuhum.
All right. All right, thank you for that. Thank you everybody for being here. And next one is this Thursday. So whichever one, and have a great night.